got myself in.
Good evening and welcome to the Chazlington Touring Car Championship. I am Chaz Draycott and we are here at Brands Hatch Indy for rounds 1 and 2 of the championship this evening. Guys are just practicing at the moment out on track. Just waiting for everything to get set up. We should be on for a really good night of racing. It's been really high spirits so far. Everyone's been having a good laugh. And yeah. This is a bit of a step into the unknown, but we'll see how it all goes. Just going to go through a couple of the liveries that you'll be seeing tonight. There's the Team Lizard Motorsport Fiesta of Tom Jacobs and Steve Burke. There's Andy Shield and Ben Palmer giving it everything that they had at Alton Park when we were testing the other day. Quite a lot of good liveries out there tonight. John Roberts is on the screen there in the green Fiesta to the right hand side. And there's Morgan Butler's CQR Club car as well. Morgan in a special livery. There's a lot of charities on there that he is in support of. Just looking at the timing at the moment, and it's Mr. Jake Blackhall that is fastest as it stands currently. We will be watching the guys in a second to see how they're getting on. And there is Ben Palmer's Fiesta as well, which I painted based on his 2019 Mini Challenge UK car. So we'll take a look at what's going on track then. Here is Steve Burke at the moment, 5th in the session, just ahead of his teammate Tom Jacobs. And the other drivers around him in the time, and you can see on the left hand side there, Ashley Blake Hood is in 4th position as it stands. Plenty of action so far in this race. I say race, practice session. They've done a couple though so far tonight. And it's been very exciting to watch. Everyone's been having a good time, like I say. A couple of teams out there that I've not really seen these liveries for before. XI Energy iRacing is one of them there. You can just see Adam Delmont behind Steve Burke here. And here's a name that we've not seen on iRacing for a long time, Ashley Blake Hood. He makes his return tonight, drifting through Paddock Hill Bend. And we're going to start the broadcast off by speaking to one of the drivers this evening, which is Mr. Jake Blackhall. Jake, top of the times at the moment. You were in practice before as well. Are you confident for this?
Hey Chaz, yeah, it's very confident. Not really. It's just it's difficult because I've had a lot of experience, obviously, in rear-wheel drive cars and obviously touring cars as well with the Kia Optima, and then jumping into, I've done a little bit of rallycross and divilled with that a little bit, and then sort of left it aside for a little bit and didn't really play with it. So jumping back, I'm like, oh, I know how to drive the car, but it's driving it on a racetrack's a completely different ballgame.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, we've seen the combo before from British Sim Racers. They've obviously done something similar with this, but it's always an exciting idea, really. I mean, they're feisty little cars, and like you say, it's different to do, isn't it? Because of just how they handle. They're not really made for this sort of thing.
No, they're definitely not. It's a completely different beast, especially with the rally tyres on the tarmac. Obviously, you deal with that in rallycross, but doing a full tarmac, obviously, that eats up the tyres quite a bit. So you've got maybe 1 or 2 laps of a really good tyre underneath you, and then it starts to fall away, which then pretty much induces it sliding around quite a bit. So you got to manage that, but it's an awesome combo. It's great fun. It feels like a touring car, and it creates good racing for that. So just got to keep it steady during the stint, and hopefully we can punch out some competitive lap times to stay up near the front.
Indeed, and at the moment, it's looking like, well, you're just over a tenth ahead of your teammate Ben Palmer. Ben's been giving you a bit of a run for your money for tonight, as we see Ashley Blake Hood and Adam Delmont having a bit of a massive accident. But 14 drivers should be a pretty decent sized grid, don't you reckon?
Yeah, for these sort of cars around obviously short tracks, it's you want actually a smaller field. You don't want like a 40 car grid because you're going to catch traffic, and if something happens obviously in front of you, it's going to cause a lot if you're up near the front, so a lot of trouble. So the more condensed size will actually create better racing, and I think it would be more enjoyable for everyone.
Well, hopefully so. But yeah, we wish you the best of luck, Jake, and we will maybe speak to you later on, buddy.
Yep, definitely will. Have a good one.
Cheers. Jake Blackall there, my teammate at CQR, and as you can tell, very Australian. He's a very talented lad, does a lot of design work. I believe the company's called Knight Rider Designs that he has himself. He does a lot of iRacing paints as well, does a smashing job of them. Currently looking at Adam Delmont, the Excite Energy iRacing team, trying to get to grips with the car currently. Coming out of clearways, you can see them just trying to get on the power there and get the car, well, just nailing it down the straight, essentially. Into Paddock Hill Bend. It's a bit of a nightmare to do. There's a bit of action going on in front of him there. That is Taylor Lane of Beast Racing in the Volkswagen Beetle. And the other Excite Energy iRacing car of Adam McNally, team owner and manager. It's good to see some of the Volkswagen Beetles out there tonight. Everyone that I've seen so far has been driving around in Fiestas, so it's good to see a couple of the lads representing the Beetle. As Taylor has a moment there. We'll drag him in. Actually, we'll have a word with him. Taylor, we're just having a quick watch of you getting stuck in at the moment. How are you finding the Beetle this evening?
Deadly.
Well, it certainly seems that way. We just had a word with Jake Blackall, and he was saying obviously you've got rally tyres on a road surface, so it's, well, as you're displaying right now, it's not the easiest of things to get used to, is it?
just hope and pray it sticks.
Have you ever done anything like this before? I mean, is it a combo that you've tried out before, or is it just something that never crossed your mind?
We did this a few years ago in the BSR Winter Series. It was sort of a fun thing when they first brought the RX cars. So it's done before, but it never gets any easier.
Yeah, definitely not. I didn't even realise you raced in that one. How did you get on in that series?
I think I got a few good results in.
Well, hopefully you get more in this series then. We're going to keep an eye on you either way as you drift it through into the final few corners. What's that like going through there? I mean, obviously, I've done it a couple of times testing these things, but try and explain to people, like when you go in through that left-hander up there, which you're trying to go through as quickly as possible, how bad does it feel that the car's going away?
It's almost like trying to feed a double-decker bus through a very high speed, through Eau Rouge. It's like trying to get a double-decker bus through Eau Rouge. It feels very wallowy and all over the place.
I like that. I'll go with that. I'll make sure that we make reference to that again. You've got Ben Gregory just coming up behind you now in the TechSense Fitstyle car. He's only just actually beaten your lap time, and to be fair, Ben's a really quick lad, to be fair, so if you're on pace with him, I suppose that's not too bad, is it?
Yeah, I suppose that's a good way to look at it.
Well, we wish you all the best tonight, Taylor. We'll keep an eye on it, and I will chuck you back into the fish pond with the other boys, because there's plenty of them up there.
Please don't. It's like being in with piranhas.
All the best, mate. Have a good one.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Taylor Lane there, ex-teammate of mine from Beast Racing. And we look at Ben Gregory at the moment in the Fiesta, 9th place overall currently. Jake Blackall is back out on track. I want to show you this livery of his, to be fair. He's doing it's a tribute to the Ford Falcon, the Australian supercar, and that just shows you how good his liveries are, really. He's done a stunning job of it. We'll have a quick look at the rear chase cam there. You can see the front end. It'll probably disappear off track any second with what he's doing. He's doing practice starts, so interesting time to catch him. That's not close enough. There you go. You can probably see the wings and so on. You can see how the design works anyway. But it's bound to be a good one this tonight. Really looking forward to see how we get on as the guys continue to practice and try and get the best times in. As you can see on the left-hand side, then Jake Blackhall top at the moment. Ben Palmer, his teammate, second. Tom Jacobs has gone third fastest at the moment for Team Lizard Motorsport. Good job by Tom. He was describing it as nigh on impossible earlier in the evening, and I tell you what, actually, we'll get him in as well. We'll have a quick chat with him. Oh, here he is. He wasn't expecting that one. Tom, just gone third. You've got to be happy with that, mate.
Oh yeah, well happy with that. I don't know. I think it's to do with tyre deg, to be honest. Tyres are just sort of a one-shot thing. Yeah, as soon as your first lap's done, that's sort of it, really. It's a bit like F1 and qualifying tyres from back in the 90s.
Yeah, we were speaking to Jake before. He was saying that because it's rally tyres on a normal road circuit, it just shreds them, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've got the wire, basically the wire showing through at the moment, so...
Just complete canvas.
Yeah, I don't know what the guys are going to do in terms of race, what we're going to do for the race, in terms of taking tyres or whatnot, so I think me and Steve will probably just discuss and then, yeah.
See what you can do, I suppose. It's just one of them heat of the moment thing, isn't it, really?
It is. It very much is.
And I've not really explained yet to everyone watching, or anyone that's watching, hello, that the fuel won't last the full race distance, so you've got to be really careful about that, haven't you? Because it can suddenly creep up on you that you're running out in these things.
Yeah, we have, but I've got crew chief dialed in to try and help me, so yeah, I think I'm going to just listen to him and then sort of we're going to have to wager about what sort of fuel saying that crew chief just gone, you got about 5 laps of fuel left, so, and I've done about a lap, so.
There you go then.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Be an interesting one for sure, but I hope you enjoy it in the comms box, mate.
Yeah, it should be good fun. I'm really looking forward to it. We've had John Roberts has joined in with the session now, so we're up to 15 cars. So it should be...
That's pretty much a super touring grid.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we're going to go with. We'll stick it with that. Well, best of luck tonight, mate. We'll probably drag you in later on. And
cheers, pal.
We'll speak to you in a bit.
See you in a bit, mate.
Another ex-teammate of mine there, Tom Jacobs. The Team Lizard Motorsport. As you can see, he pulls it over there off to the side. Ashley Blake Hood going through with a nice little flurry. There's Dan McCauley in the pit lane in the Subaru. I believe so far he is the only Subaru on track. I can't think of anyone else that's driving one. Robert Lundgren may have been racing tonight. I don't think he's going to be in time. As any moment now, though, qualifying should begin, which is crunch time for a lot of these boys. Can't wait to see how they all get on with that. But Jake Blackhall has topped the timing sheets in every session so far. Dan McCauley is fourth at the moment. Here he is in the very hastily made CQR Club livery that I did. It has got some grey bits on it, but they're very dark, so you can't see them. But he is at the moment the only guy in the Subaru Impreza WRX STI, the boat. We did discuss the fact that it was all Beetles and Fiestas beforehand, and he said, no, I will stick with the Subaru. I will do it. So I'm very grateful for that. Oh, there's a big accident up ahead. I think that was Billy Rose. It was. We'll have a quick look at what happened to Billy there. Oh, he's had a tap from Majek. He's got it back under control, and it doesn't quite do what he wants it to. And there you go. There is the end of that. Then qualifying begins, and the first car out on track is Steve Burke for Team Lizard Motorsport. He's followed out by Ben Palmer and his teammate Tom Jacobs. Ben's going to be one to watch here, though. Ben's been very quick in these cars with all the testing we've been doing. So it's very exciting to see what he can manage when it comes to it. John Roberts, not seen him on stream yet. There he is, doing a wonderful drift through Druids in the boosted Motorsport Fiesta. Very bright and colourful car. Very pretty livery, as they always have. And there's a couple of cars still not out on track yet. Ben Palmer will be the first one to cross the line then. And what we'll do is we'll go on board with Ben so you can see just how you handle a lap of this circuit into 6th gear. We have played with the gearings on these cars then, so they will just about top out as they get to the end of the straight. They're doing about 147 mile an hour. They turn in. There's the warm-up lap times are registering on the left-hand side now. 45s are the sort of times they're looking for. You can see that, look, it's just so easy to overdo it on the brakes. Ben's got a slide on there and he gets out of the way. That will mean that Steve Burke, I believe now, yep, he is the first car on the track, anyway, that will be setting a full speed lap time. You'll see they've actually got to be really careful with the amount of steering lock they put in. Look how much slower they've got to turn it in. There's so much understeer, you've got to wait for the car to respond and get into the corner. Steve was, I believe, 5th or 6th in practice, so look how smooth he is on exit. Brilliant stuff. Here he comes across the line then to set his lap time. And he does a 46.666. Steve Burke there on pole. 46.4 for Tom Jacobs, so his teammate goes top. Dan McCauley, 46.1. Brilliant stuff by Dan McCauley there to put it top of the time sheets. He's already backed out and he's going to go again. This is what these boys are going to be doing though. They're going to literally get a lap in, stop the car, go back out. Adam Delmont is up to 3rd for Excite. Morgan Butler goes 3rd as well for CQR. He's in a very different livery to his teammates, just as Jake is as well. But he is racing for the same team. You'll see a lot of outlaps on here, as these guys will just literally use 1 lap's worth of tyres and then go back out. Here's John Roberts again, getting a bit sideways into Druids there. It's easy to do on the brakes, like I said. You want to try and just keep the car as smooth as possible. And there you go, that's not how to do it with John Roberts. Ben Gregory is 6th at the moment. Oh, he's in the gravel as well. So there's Adam McNally coming out the final corner. 46.5 for Magic Sakovic. He goes into 3rd place at the moment. So Steve Burke, who was on pole with that 46.6, is now in 6th. And Ben Palmer, there you go, 45.8. 3.5 tenths quicker than everyone else I did, so you've got to watch out for him. And there you go, there's the proof. Jake Blackhall set a fastest middle sector of the session so far. Is he going to put it on pole? He does, 45.825, so only 0.04 of a second faster than Ben Palmer. But at the end of the day, he's got the job done. Got a couple of personal bests going in here. Billy Rose is just about to do, I think, his personal best lap time. 47.2. He's half a second down on Adam McNally, who's coming into the pits. And pit entrance is going to be important for these guys here, because they will have to pit during this this race. Steve Burke back up to 4th place. Nice lap by him. His teammate Tom Jacobs now down to 5th. Dan McCauley is 3rd. So it's a CQR Club 1, 2, 3 at the moment. And there's the Northern Lights Racing cars. Alex Perkis is in 11th place at the moment. His teammate Billy Rose is 12th. John Roberts is 13th. And Taylor Lane, we saw him a bit higher up the order before. He's actually 14th at the moment. Actually, Blake Hood hasn't set a lap, but here he is. I think this will be his timed lap. It's 7th, 46.564. He's only 1,000th of a second faster than Morgan Butler there as well. So very close to these guys. Look at the difference in the times. They're all very, very close on the left. It's going to be great to see whether... oh, Jacobs improves, 46.371. So as the track wears down, though, it might get slower and slower for these boys. But Jake Blackhall and Ben Palmer, they have been the two to watch before now. As we see Ashley Blake Hood, we'll go back on board with him, see if he goes for another lap. On board with the Beetle, 46.547, so a tiny improvement. Barely 0.02 of a second. And of course, in qualifying, when you get an incident point, oh, Taylor Lane, 46.6, he goes further up the order as well. It's interesting to think that Steve Burke's pole lap from the beginning of the session would have actually put him, what, 11th now, as Blackhall goes even faster, 45.730. Great lap by him. Look at Ash chucking it in there, it's not worked for him. Hasn't worked at all for him. But yeah, in qualifying, these boys get what is called an incident point, and it means that your lap time no longer counts. So they have to be careful about putting 2 wheels on the grass. We'll go to a chopper cam and see whether we can chase someone down. Here's Morgan Butler. On the latter part of the lap, turns it in, you can see the understeer. That's going to be an incident point for him, and that will invalidate the lap. Have a look at pit lane, see if anyone's coming in or out. There's Taylor Lane. Not a lot going on in the pit lane by the look of it. There's Ben Palmer. Pulling over out the way of Steve Burke. He's pulling out of the way of everyone by the look of it, is Ben Palmer. As you can see, everyone's giving it absolute death through there. Ashley Blake Hood was the one that just flew past. All the teammates are together at the moment. It's Jake Blackhall, Ben Palmer, Dan McCauley, and Morgan Butler. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for CQR. Then it's the 2 Team Lizard Motorsport cars of Steve Burke and Tom Jacobs. Then it's Magic Sakovic and his teammate Ashley Blake Hood. And then after that, it's, well, the 5th row of the grid is Tech Sense Fitstyle Motorsport car Ben Gregory. Then it's Taylor Lane. And then the 6th row is 2 teammates as well, Adam Delmont and Adam McNally. And then after that, the 7th row, it's Northern Lights Racing cars. Alex Perkis and Billy Rose. John Roberts still bottom of the pile at the moment, unfortunately. Nearly 0.6 of a second down on Billy Rose, so it's taking some acclimatising. It's one of the Team Lizard cars goes flying off there. I think that was Tom Jacobs. It must have been. What a lap by Jake Blackhall that is, though. 45.712. Ben's going to be trying his hardest to beat it. We'll go back on board with Ben. It's always a hell of a spectacle to see him racing at full chat. You can just see how long he's off the throttle there. He's off the throttle for so long going into there. Look at it, trying to get on the power as soon as he can through Druids, and that's it. And it's a round. And it's that easy to do. They've got nearly, well, I think it's over 600 brake horsepower, these cars, so it's easy to overdo it. He comes back out on track, and look at that, the top 6 all on outlaps again. I'm being informed that the stream quality isn't great, and we're getting some frame drops. I do apologise. I'm going to try and sort it out and see what we can get. See whether there's anything we can cut down on from the CPU to get it to work. We'll enjoy a lap then on board with Ben Palmer now right at the end of the session. Much smoother through Druids this time for Ben Palmer. Gets it chucked in, stays in 4th there, interestingly. I used to go to 3rd. Tom Jacobs goes 5th, his personal best. Morgan Butler goes back to 5th. Burke has actually gone up to 4th as well, I missed that. Ben Gregory goes 5th as well. This is a real scrap for the top 5. And look at that, Jake Blackhall 45.687. Goes even faster. Here goes Ben out the final corner then. Across the line, and he's not done it. It's a 46.005 as he ends it in the wall. I don't think there's many other cars out on track. Adam Delmont is out there. Magic Sakovic just towards the end of his lap. No one's setting personal bests by the look of it here. There's smoke and chaos across the line. Is anyone else doing personal best? Butler does a 46.4, 46.7 for Sakovic. So none of those guys setting their best times, it seems. And that will be the end of qualifying. Amazing little flurry there between 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. Ben Gregory, Morgan Butler and Tom Jacobs and Steve Burke, of course, his teammate. And we still have a lot of teams that are going to be starting on the same rows of the grid as each other. As we see a lovely display of drifting by Maciej Sakovic, doing a couple of donuts and things. But that will mean that any second now, we can begin the first round of the championship. And here is your starting grid then. Jake Blackall, pole position from Ben Palmer in second. Dan McCauley and Steve Burke on row 2 with Ben Gregory and Morgan Butler on row 3. Tom Jacobs 7th alongside Ashley Blake Hood in 8th. The number 8 car of Maciej Sakovic is 9th. And Taylor Lane is in 10th. And then it's Adam Delmont and Adam McNally on row 6. And then it's Alex Perkis and Billy Rose, teammates on row 7, with John Roberts in 15th place. So here we go then. It's just so odd to see these cars lining up on the grid. So odd. It's very close indeed, as Christian has pointed out. And hello to Josh as well. Good evening, my friend. Thank you for coming along, everyone. You can hear the revs building on the grid now. It's an interesting front row. The lights are beginning to come on, so let's see what mess this brings us. Off they go. Look at them all just sprint away from the line. Tom Jacobs has had a bad start. Steve Burke's had a bad getaway as well. They've dropped a couple of places. Is there any contact? There is. Steve Burke is sideways with help from Ashley Blake Hood, but he's managed to keep hold of it. Oh, there's a hit in the middle there. So that's Delmont. Delmont's off with Taylor Lane and Alex Perkis. Oh, real shame for those boys. Not quite sure what happened. Ben Palmer has taken the lead of the race, though, away from Jake Blackall. And he's trying to run away with it in distance. Dan McCauley's third. Oh, Morgan Butler really wide. Through the left-hander there. Side by side now with Tom Jacobs as they come out. But Steve Burke's had a nightmare of a first lap. Down 4 places and he's coming straight into the pits. Really not sure what's going on there. But Ben Gregory's up to 4th place. What a start for Ben. Nicely done. We've got to have a quick look at that accident though, with Alex Perkis and Adam Delmont. Oh, it just looks like, you know, McNally gets into his teammate and then they all just sort of come together as the cars just slide off track and get back on. Ben Palmer leading the way then. His teammate Jake Blackall right behind him. Dan McCauley under pressure from Ben Gregory. Most places he's getting at the moment is actually John Roberts. Steve Burke is coming out of the pits now. Not quite sure what happened to him there, but we'll have a word with him after the race. Morgan Butler is having a bit of a nightmare now. He's behind Adam McNally in 10th place. Closest 2 cars on track right now are John Roberts and Alex Perkis for 11th and 12th. Oh, John late on the brakes there. Uses the handbrake to chuck it in there. It's quite an interesting tactic. Later on the brakes and then rotate it using the handbrake. You never know, that might work. There's only 2 cars that have... Oh, there's contact! There's a little bit of contact with Alex Perkis there as he is later on the brakes. It is so difficult to get these cars stopped though. We'll go on board with John in the very bright green roll cage. We seem to have put him off. There's a commentator's curse for you. This is the good bit about rally cars though. They don't mind a bit of grass and gravel. If you do run wide, you can just get on with it. John's got Taylor Lane right behind him now. Here is the view from Taylor's car. Giving it a bit of a wiggle down the straight. John's overshot. John's definitely overshot it. Manages to get it back together, but here is the lead battle then. Palmer leading from Blackall, McCauley. Gregory has got Jacobs right behind him now as well. And Ashley Blake Hood is right behind his teammate Maciej Sakovic for Team Mad. So it's great scrapping all the way up and down the order here. think as well, yeah, Christian, I think you might be right, you know. It might have been a jump start from Steve Burke. There's, oh, Majek, big drift through Paddock Hill Bend, side by side with his teammate and exit, gives him a hip and shoulder to say hello. And Blake Hood showing off as well in response. They're having a whale of a time out there, those boys. We look at Tom Jacobs then. And actually in the background as well, there's the two Excite cars. Delmont, McNally, and Delmont's recovered really well actually. He was quite high up there in practice towards the end. So he's done a fine job. Let's see where Steve Burke is up to. Unfortunately at the back of the field at the moment, he's just coming down the start-finish straight. I think the leaders might be just behind him in the background. There they are. Ben Palmer now has Jake Blackall a bit closer to the back of him as they go into Paddock Hill Bend. Great lines to be taken by these boys. We'll go on board with Blackall for a second. Just show you the chase that's currently going on. We're nearly a third of the way through the race already. It's absolutely flying so far. Thank you to everyone that is watching at the moment. Much appreciated. Hello to Mr. Pete Newman. Hello Jamie as well. And Christian and Josh. You can just see how hard Jake Blackall is working here. Perkis has apparently gone off the track. Oh, and he's having even more issues as well. He's dropped behind his teammate Billy Rose now for Northern Lights. A lot of teammates seeming to stick together at the moment. Let's see who is closest on track. Adam Delmont to the back of Magic Sakovic. Something has happened here with Ashley Blake Hood as well. Here's the move. Oh, there's McNally getting sideways. Look at the run Delmont's got out of there. Down the inside on the brakes. Wonderfully done by Adam Delmont. And Ashley Blake Hood has just got back past him actually. He's probably just repeated the same move. How they didn't make contact there, I don't know. But they both survive. And through they go. Oh, but Ashley's run really wide there. Delmont's going to try and take advantage. Can he get a cutback? Not quite this time. But can he get the run as they come out onto the straight now? They've got to be so careful on the throttle. Just behind this as well, Morgan Butler's putting pressure on Adam McNally. We look back to Delmont then in the pursuit of Ashley Blake Hood. Ashley cocking a wheel there through Paddock Hill, side by side. I think this might be the third lap running that they've got this manoeuvre done. Delmont down the inside on the brakes. Oh, he runs a little bit wide. You can just see the front end just didn't bite there. The tyres are going off for these boys. Ash Blake Hood is now on the inside and he gets it done. Turns it in, off he goes. Delmont's got a good launch though. Morgan Butler in the meantime has passed Adam McNally in the background. So he's going to have a front row seat for this fight. They're both going so slowly through there so they don't trip up over each other. Look at Delmont sideways, gets the cutback. Beautiful move. Can he get it done as they come onto the start-finish straight? Looks like a little bit of contact, I may be wrong. This is brilliant racing from these boys in the midfield. Closest cars on track though, Billy Rose. John Roberts coming in the pits now. So John is the first car to make a stop. They do have to pit. It may only be a 15-minute sprint race, but they do actually have to pit because of the fact that these fuel tanks barely last, well, a couple of laps. And it's so easy to speed in the pit lane as well. You've got to be very careful. Here's Ben Gregory. He is currently in 4th place. Dan McCauley in 3rd. Gregory comes into the pits. There he is. Tom Jacobs now inherits 4th place. Dan McCauley, though, is right with Jake Blackall now. Not sure what we're looking like stream-wise. I do apologise if it is jumpy at all. I'm just having a quick check there, hence the silence, just to see what we're looking like. Taylor Lane has just left the pit lane as well. John Roberts is back in the pits. He may have got a stop-go for speeding in the pit lane. Place your bets. And watch how slow this feels in the pit lane. Yeah, the car's not going up or anything. He's not getting tyres or fuel even. Yeah, he's just waiting for it to count down so he can go. Off he goes. So Ben Palmer still leading the way then from Jake Blackhall and Dan McCauley. Biggest mover in the field so far. It's actually tied between Maciej Sakovic, who's gained 4 places, and Adam Delmont, who has gained 4 places. You can see it on the left-hand side of your screen now. These boys have got to be pushing the limits for fuel anytime soon. Here's Billy Rose rounding out your top 10 at the moment. So Ben Gregory and everyone below that are the people that have pitted. Maciej Sakovic apparently off the track there, just running wide. Billy Rose has just come in the pits as we've cut away from him. So Ben Gregory now into the top 10. Ben was the first car from the sort of lead group to pit. So he's probably hoping that that works out for him in the long run. Billy Rose is leaving the pits too now. So Ben Palmer in the pits, race leader. Maciej Sakovic also in the pits. Everyone's coming in now. Ashley Blake Hood, Adam Delmont, Adam McNally. Blake Hood as well. Here comes Ben then. So it'll be interesting now to see. Here's Jake Blackhall, and he's in traffic. That in front of him there, if I'm not mistaken, is the, yes it is, number 23, Steve Burke. Currently in 12th place. As Taylor Lane runs wide there. And is Jake going to pit this lap? He's hugging the inside quite a lot. He is. Steve Burke also pitting as well. They get the car slowed down. It's a very, very slow pit lane speed here. Now Adam McNally has been stopped for quite a while, not sure why. Tom Jacobs in the pits as well in the background. Now Ben Palmer's one to keep an eye on. Here he comes out of the final corner then. Jake Blackhall's going to want to get going. He's going. And Ben has got back in front, but only just in front of his teammate, so the battle continues. Dan McCauley stays 3rd. Ben Gregory is back into 4th place, but Ashley Blake Hood and Maciej Sakovic have both jumped Tom Jacobs here. Both the Team Mad cars have gone past, and Steve Burke is in the mix as well. He's a lap down on these boys. Oh, there's contact. Maciej turns Ashley Blake Hood in front of him. And he also runs wide, and Steve and Tom are going to have him off here as well. Oh, I can't believe it. Ashley Blake Hood turned by his own teammate. Steve Burke runs wide, probably as a bit of a distraction technique. We go on board with Tom Jacobs then. There is Maciej Sakovic to the right. And his teammate flying off into the distance, Steve Burke. Real shame for Steve from the beginning of the race. On board now as Tom chases down Maciej Sakovic for 5th. Everyone's pitted now then. So 3 cars have only done 9 seconds in the pits. And I think that's tyres. That's Taylor Lane, John Roberts, and Maciej Sakovic. Oh no, sorry, Ben Gregory, I do apologise. You can just see how hard you've got to work. Who is that completely sideways? That's Alex Perkis just in front of these boys. Steve Burke is actually racing him for position right now, as Alex goes completely off the track. Or I thought Steve was racing him for position anyway. But he's not gone ahead of him on the timing screen, so that must be incorrect. Ignore me. Jacobs now chasing down Sakovic then. Let's have a quick look back at the front, because this is getting close. I can see it on the timing screen that these guys are getting close together. Jake Blackhall still not stopping, chasing down Ben Palmer for this race lead. Dan McCauley, he's not got the biggest of gaps back to Ben Gregory either, actually. So it's getting spicy towards the end. Jacobs has got past Sakovic at Druids. Jacobs gets the move done. So number 5 car back up to P5. Morgan Butler. Oh, it's Blake Hood and Delmont that are battling again. These two are inseparable this race. Oh, a bit of contact there. Puts Delmont out wide. So close between these boys. It's once again back for the lead though. There's only 2 minutes of the race to go. And I'm very glad actually that everyone remembered to pit. There's a bit of contact. Ben parks it on the exit. Jake gives him a little nudge. as Perkis goes back down to the bottom of the field there, into 15th place. Only a minute and a half to go really now. That can only just about be 2 laps. Look at him go out there, absolutely giving it everything to try and get the power down as quickly as possible. This fantastic scrap between Sakovic, Jacobs, Butler, Delmont and Blake Hood as well. These 5 all in the midfield, going as hard as they can. Look at these guys trying to get the crossover there. We'll stick with these guys to the end, unless there's a major incident. Billy Rose is close to the back of Taylor Lane further down the order. Jake Blackall trying everything. Billy Rose has got past Taylor Lane. One more lap to do it. Oh, Adam McNally. He's off and back on. He's lost a place as well. Here we go then, final lap of race 1 for Ben Palmer, leading the way at the moment in that number 2 machine. Up towards Druids, onto the brakes. Adam McNally in front of them though. Is he going to be an obstacle? Well, he stayed well out of the way over there. Nicely done. Don't think there's anything Jake can do at this point. Unless Ben has a really torrid final corner. I think he's going to have it pretty much wrapped up. Oh, he's slow through there though. Jake's going to... Is he going to go down the inside? He's not. He's trying to set himself up for a better exit though. He's right on the bumper of Ben Palmer here. They're trying to get every little bit of track they can. Coming down the straight to cross the line, it's going to be Ben Palmer takes the win in the first round of the Chazlington Touring Car Championship. Dan McCauley is going to come across the line to finish third with Ben Gregory fourth. Ben Gregory there pulling the handbrake for stylish effect, but, well, Tom Jacobs there coming down the straight to finish fifth ahead of Magic Sakovic. Morgan Butler is going to be in 7th. Adam Delmont is going to be in 8th place. Morgan doing a very, very impressive drift there, to be fair to him. There is Delmont. Billy Rose is going to be 9th in the Northern Lights Racing Volkswagen Beetle. And Taylor Lane not too far behind for Beast Racing. And then, unbelievably, Ashley Blake Hood down in 11th. So he must have had further issues in that one. But a great race nonetheless, as Ash misses whoever that was, and in he goes. But Ben Palmer, well, you've got to give it to him. Fantastic, fantastic race win. And it was a very, very strong drive all the way through from him. I hope you enjoyed that one. That was a brilliant, brilliant race to watch. A lot of fun. As we just wait now, as some of the guys are having a bit of a mess about. You've got to, haven't you? You've got to have a bit of fun with it. And what we'll do is, as you do, we will, well, we should be able to just bring up. No. There you go. Look at it. Oh, God. We should be able to bring up. I say should. Should. I'm waiting. Nope, still not got any race results. Well, hey, this is the professional side of streaming, ladies and gents. There's no results. What more could you want, eh? What more could you want from it? Well, Ben Palmer wins the race, as we saw, from Jake Blackall in 2nd place. Really, really, really strong fight between those guys. They did a great job of it. Yeah, there's no results coming up, so that's all she wrote, as Tom Jacobs would say. He won't be happy with me taking that off him. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little break, and we will be back for the well, second race, I suppose. Catch you in a few. Thank you everyone for sticking around. We're just getting the second session launched now, so we should be in any moment. Also, I do want to say apologies if the stream did seem jumpy in that first one. Just having a quick look at why and what I can change. Doesn't seem like there's anything I can do midstream, so we'll have to just see whether we can do something for the next one. But I appreciate you sticking around. It is much appreciated, and we'll have a very interesting second race. I'm pretty sure it's coming up in a few minutes. There's Morgan spinning. Yeah, Christian, it is almost like we're on some sort of hotline. Do apologise. It's all copyright free, that's why I've got to do it. Can't use copyrighted music because that'd be naughty and then I'd get killed. Sniped by YouTube snipers. What a nightmare getting into this session, boys. Spicy pictures. I found the issue as to why I couldn't get in the session. It's because I was trying to race in it, and I'm not racing in it, I'm watching it. So, yeah, we'll be there in a second. Do not worry. Okay, so the reverse grid for this round, there are 8 cars reversed, so that's put Adam Delmont on pole position for Excite Energy iRacing. The way that works is that the top 50% of the field get reversed at the end of a race, so you can never be too sure on what it'll be. Unless you're good at maths in the middle of the race, but you can't really slow down loose places because at the end of the day you lose points, don't you? So that's what we're all here for. Just to confirm as well, Jake Blackhall did get 1 point for putting the car on pole for that round. Ben Palmer the full 25 points. And then behind him it's Jake Blackhall on 20, then it's 18, 16, 14, 12, and then it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and you get the rest of it. Well, Christian, if you'd like me to sing, mate, I'd give it a go, but I think Beth would tell you otherwise. You should hear the noise of rallycross cars any second. Also, I like doing this. This is quite cool. Wait. There is the sound of iRacing rallycross cars. And we do have it in dynamic weather. And interestingly enough, well, look at these conditions. Oh, look, there's it saying my software's out of date. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it'll go away any second. There you go. Okay, so I've been told the stream is jumpy and we're losing frames, so yeah, I'm sorry, I can't really do a massive amount about that if I'm honest with you. Apparently that's a replay, we want to be live. Yep, we are live. So here is round 2 in very dark conditions. Very, very dark conditions. Yeah, I'm getting a couple of frame jumps as well, to be fair, at certain points, so I'm not sure what's going on with it. I'll try lowering the bit rate to see what we can bring it down to. See if that helps smooth things out slightly. Yeah, there's some issues here. I do apologise about this. It's not the most professional of things, but we're trying to get there. We're trying to get there. You can see some great battling on track at the moment. Apparently we're looking at Taylor Lane, which we're certainly not. And that's definitely not Adam McNally, so hooray. It will be fixed. It will be fixed. Okay, so here's Steve Burke, here's Magic Sakovic. And here's the practice times on the far left. We're back and we're racing. Sorry about that. There was an issue with the stream there. It took it down. It's having an absolute nightmare, but we've missed an incredible start from Dan McCauley. So we're going to go back and show you exactly what happened. It was an incredible, incredible start from Dan McCauley. Watch this. He started 6th on the grid. I think Palmer might have jumped the start. Look at him go, straight through the middle, and then down to the inside. Magic Sakovic is going to have a moment and go off wide. Morgan Butler takes the lead. But what a start for Dan McCauley. Currently 2nd now, chasing down Morgan. This is where the battle is though. Ben Gregory and co. Jake Blackall behind him, Ben Palmer, then Tom Jacobs, Ashley Blakehood. Magic Sakovic has had an absolute nightmare. He's at the back of the field. Alex Perkis a little bit ahead of that. Here is the scrap then. Ben Gregory and Jake Blackall. Jake's got past him. You can see what cars these guys are in as well on the left hand side. It's all just, well, it's all blue ovals and blue circles, so who gives a shit? Okay, so Gregory chasing down Blackhall then. This is for 4th. Oh, I think Morgan's made a mess of it into Druids. He's run wide. Dan McCauley's going to try and get the move done. Clips a lot of curb on the inside. Dan McCauley's got the run though. Dan has the run down the inside. He's already ahead. And running on lap 3, and Dan McCauley's gone from 6th to 1st. Oh, someone is apologising for something. John Roberts is in the pits. Not sure what's happened to John. Nope, that's that one passing Morgan. Oh, John's just gone straight into the pits. Not quite sure what's happened there. Oh, Morgan. Morgan off. Ben Palmer is in the pits as well. I think Ben's had a drive-through or something of the sort. Yeah, he must have for that jump start. So Adam McNally, for some reason, hopped to the top of my timing screen then. Anyway, Dan McCauley leads the way. Adam Delmont, right behind him is Jake Blackall now. Jake's going to try and get as many points as he can out of this because he wants to be beating Ben in the championship after those first 2 rounds. Morgan Butler with Tom Jacobs for company and Ashley Blakehood right now. Here's Jake Blackall on Adam Delmont. There's a car off at the side of the track there. That was John Roberts. Ben needs a great recovery drive now. to get back up there. Perkis is battling him on track. Oh, Alex has gone straight on. Jacobs has got past Butler. There's a bit of contact involved as well. We'll have to have a quick look back. Here they go then. Look at all the curb they're taking. Ashley Blake Hood as well. Taking so much curb in there. Oh, Morgan straight lines it. Tom gets involved. There wasn't any contact actually to get him out of the way. But real shame for Morgan to lose those places. Tom's running with it. Steve Burke here, kind of on his own actually. A little bit further back. Sakovic and McNally are close together according to the timing. Sakovic getting ahead, I think there. He has. These darker conditions, certainly worlds apart from what we had before. And something in my head has just clicked, and I have realised what caused the stream to die a moment ago. It was me. Me being an idiot, basically. I think we're having a nightmare with the quality as well. I do apologise. Not quite sure what's gone on. Trying to get it to come back smooth here, ladies and gents. I do apologise. So we see Dan McCauley right now, still leading the race. Jake Blackhall is now up to second and chasing him down. Adam Delmont in third place, still doing a fine job there. He's lost 2 places from pole though, but he's still going to be getting a couple of points for it surely. Blake Hood and Morgan Butler and Tom Jacobs all quite close together there. Ben Gregory has dived into the pits then, 6 minutes in, and he's trying the strategy he had last time actually, where he was the first car to pit. And can somebody just comment for me and let me know if the stream is running okay, because on my screen, when I have a quick look at it, it is terrible. It looks like a slideshow. I'm wondering whether any of these boys are going to give it up here. Second and third in race 1 for these guys. Now they're first and second in race 2. Ashley Blake Hood, Steve Burke and Billy Rose all in the pits. Right then, I'll see whether we can do something about this, because this is pretty poor. I do apologise. Need to just try and change something. Not quite sure what, but you've got to give it a go. Hopefully we should have something back soon. Apparently the connection's excellent. Oh no, it's the connection that's having a few issues here. It's very strange that the audio is fine, but the images are not. That's very, very strange indeed. Let's just check something 1 second, and we'll go to this. Close everything off for a few minutes. And see whether this makes any difference. And just let me know if these are transitioning smoothly or not. Because this will be the tell of whether it is something iRacing related or not. It's a real shame, to be fair. Everything was going so well. Hopefully it's not Vodafone. They are not transitioning smoothly. Hold tight and we'll see what we can do. I'll be right back. We're going to give this a go and see what we've got. We've changed the whatever we're using to stream. I'm going to see whether this works. Frame rate seems to be a lot smoother. So hopefully this brings us back. So if everyone can tell me how terrible it looks, that would be absolutely brilliant. Thank you. So Dan McCauley still leads the race from Ben Gregory, who has done a wonderful job of making it stick using his pit stop strategy actually. Tom Jacobs is third, right behind him. Morgan Butler right behind him in fourth. Jake Blackhall has pitted, but seems to have been about 16 seconds longer in the pits, so he's dropped a couple of places. Looking further down the order, Ben Palmer has made his way back up gradually to 10th. But yeah, he's not having the best of times. I think, to be honest guys, I think I found what the issue was. I was using a different encoder. And yeah, the CPU was just getting absolutely overloaded with everything. So we're all right now. The graphics card is doing its job, and the CPU is only using 5% as opposed to the 60 odd it was using before. So, way, here's your race leader on the gravel, Dan McCauley. He's a lap ahead of John Roberts at the moment. Ashley Blake Hood is sat in the pits and has been for a while. There's no damage on, so I don't know what that's all about. Ben Gregory and Morgan Butler having a good scrap it. Oh, Morgan's been turned into the wall. I think he just ran wide there, getting on the power, to be honest with you. He's over, and he's upside down, and he's back to the pits. We'll have to have a quick look back at what happened. So you can see, look, if he gets on the power, the car's just sliding sideways. And yeah, to be fair, there's not really much more room Ben could have given him. And into the wall he goes. And then, well, iRacing does its thing. Fantastic. But that has meant now that Jake Blackhall is up to third. So he's gained 2 places out of that. Original pole sitter Adam Delmont is coming down the straight in 5th place. Steve Burke is in 6th. He's going to be much happier with that compared to his race 1 result. But Tom Jacobs, 2nd place with Jake Blackhall now side by side out of Druids. Great scrapping between these pair already. And there's only a couple of minutes left, so this is going to have to be a hell of a defensive jump. Look at that for a move by Jake Blackhall. I was going to say it's going to have to be a brilliant move by Tom, but wow, that's a pretty incredible move, to be fair to him. Nicely played. And I'm being told by YouTube that the bit rate's not high enough, so here you go, you can have some more. Well, Tom Jacobs, though, he's going to try and want to hold on to this podium from Ben Gregory. And we'll go on board with Ben. He's a very feisty boy. Chasing Tom down. I hope that the stream looks okay now. Can anyone confirm whether we are smooth and looking better? Whether the frame rate is any good, I don't know. Whether my voice sounds terrible. There's only 1 minute to go anyway, so it's not like it matters. We can do better next week. Seems better at my end, which is mucho tasty. Now I'd have to say it's going to be 1 lap to go for this man, Dan McCauley, CQR Club. Jake Blackhall, 2nd place. And Tom has only got a 10th or so to Ben Gregory. We'll keep our eye on these boys. Tom's going to be happy with the podium if he gets it in this one. But what a tight little championship this is shaping up to be. Great scraps all up and down. Jake Blackhall's got to be one of the guys to watch for it. Looks like Tom may be safe. I think he's got it, but out the final corner, Dan McCauley takes race 2. No, he doesn't, because the checkered flag's not out, so fuck me. Jake Blackhall's going to carry on then as well onto the final lap. 1 more to go. Tom's not going to be happy about that. He's really not going to be happy about that. Delicious bit rate. Thank you, Shifty. Tom Jacobs then. He's not going to be happy with this at all. We look back then at Ben Gregory. Look at him close into Druids. Ben's got older tyres than Tom though. Ben pitted quite early in comparison. He's just got to play it safe around here and get on with it. And for the 2nd time in a minute, out the final corner comes Dan McCauley. And this time, I'm telling you, this time, he's going to win the race for CQR Club. Brilliant stuff from Dan. He'll be happy to get that Subaru across the line. Hopefully Ash Sutton can do that more in the British Touring Car Championship this year. Jake Blackhall finishes a great night. 2 second places for him. Tom Jacobs gets a podium for Team Lizard Motorsport. He'll be very happy there. Ben Gregory 4th. Adam Delmont in 5th place. Steve Burke in the background is going to come across the line in 6th. Club Series Season 1 champion Maciej Sakovic is going to be 7th, with Taylor Lane just behind him in 8th. Ben Palmer is going to cross the line when he's not running out of fuel in 9th place. Is he going to make it? Needs to dip the clutch in. He has made it across the line. Billy Rose not quite getting there, but he's putting on a bit of a show. Adam McNally on the limiter, giving it a wobble. He's going to be in 11th place as well. Much showboating across the line and accidents galore as the Northern Lights cars come together. Great to watch. Absolutely great to watch. But another win for CQR, and I can't say I'm not happy with that, because, you know, best team and all that. So what we'll do is, this time anyway, we will try and grab a word with our race winner in just a minute. Well, apparently the results are working. Let's just have a look. Okay, so it says race results are what we call populated on here. So hopefully we have results, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. You cannot be unhappy with that. It's actually worked. Something has actually sodding worked. So we'll run you down the order, as any professional would do, of course. Race winner, Dan McCauley for CQR Club, with Jake Blackhall in 2nd place. Great night for Jake. He's going to be very happy with that, and he's going to have a lot of points. Tom Jacobs 3rd for Team Lizard Motorsport, ahead of his rival Ben Gregory in the Texense Fitstyle Motorsport car. Then it's Adam Delmont 5th from pole. Not too bad really, to be honest to him. Steve Burke will be happy with 6th place though, compared to his first round, which didn't go too well. Maciej Sakovic is 7th with Taylor Lane in 8th place. Ben Palmer 9th. Good recovery, to be honest, after having an issue at the start. And Billy Rose rounds out your top 10. Then we've got Adam McNally and Alex Perkis 11th and 12th. John Roberts 13th. They'll be hoping for better results next time round. Morgan Butler didn't finish the race. He was 5 laps down, unfortunately, after that incident. And Ashley Blake Hood suffered a similar fate. So what we're going to get now then is hopefully a word with our race 2 winner. We'll shut the music off and we will drag him in for a quick word. Dan, you won it, mate.
Yep.
Really, really good result. Bet you're happy with that.
Yeah, I'm buzzing, mate. Don't know how I pulled that start off, but it seemed to work.
Yeah, I was going to say, unfortunately, the stream died at the beginning of it, but then I went back just for you because I knew you'd want us to see it. How? How did you do it? Because did you do anything that you thought you're just going to try, or was it just luck?
I mean, I listened to Jake in the first race, and all I got was a whole load of wheel spin, and those two got gaps. So I tried my own little thing, and it seemed to work.
So you're not going to give any secrets away then?
No, because then everyone will do it next week.
Indeed. Well, you had a hell of a drive though. The Subaru seemed to do all right, to be honest. I mean, we were discussing it beforehand that it was going to be a pig, but did it feel like one?
A little bit, yeah. It seems to eat its tyres a little bit more than the other ones, but
Yeah.
it's got a little bit of a straight line advantage, so it kind of evens out.
Yeah,
But
indeed.
Jake's just too fast. It's not fair.
Yeah, Jake was incredibly quick tonight. He's going to be leading the championship, of course, after this one. Not confirmed the points yet, but I'm sure we'll speak about it afterwards. I will actually just try and do that while we are on here. We're just looking at your Subaru doing some laps. The conditions in that one, they were quite interesting in comparison. It was really dark. I don't know whether that was just because of the cloud cover or what, but yeah, it seemed a bit mental.
I'm not too sure, but the track was hell of a lot quicker. As Jake seemed to adapt to it better than the rest of us, but I'm still pretty happy with the times I managed to get out of it.
Yeah, Jake will always adapt quickly to stuff like that. Though, won't he? He's Jake Blackwell. It was a bit mad to see the difference in lap times even just from practice. I mean, that was quite crazy in itself. But next week, I mean, even though this is my own series, I don't know where we're at next week.
I've got no clue either.
So I'm gonna load up the rule book because this is how professional we are, ladies and gents. We do not know. I'm pretty sure. Well, it's going to be another short circuit, as they all will be. We're going to be at Lime Rock Park next week.
Oh, that one should suit the Subaru, I think. So
Yeah.
I just have to try and send Palmer and Jake if I get anyone near him.
Well, hopefully you don't have to resort to that, but we'll see, won't we? We can just see you having a big crash now as you come across the line to undoubtedly win the race. But yeah, we'll speak to you next week in that case, Dan, and all the best until then.
Yeah, look forward to it. Catch you in a bit.
Now what we'll do is we will bring in two guys here that have had a bit of a tough evening actually. Billy Rose and Alex Purkis, the Northern Lights racing cars. That was a baptism of fire for you there, wasn't it?
Did you see what Alex did to me in the second race, Chaz?
No, actually.
I got a cracking start. I've made up a place. So I'm going down the hill. I come up the hill and coming into that tight right-hander, I just see my mirrors filled with the Alex Purkis going sideways.
I don't really
And
know what you're on about.
Got a tap on the back and sent both of us into oblivion, basically.
No.
So we had a bit of a recovery. Had to recovery on that last race.
I don't remember that.
Well, isn't that how teammates work? That's how it's supposed to be, isn't it?
Well,
It was. I
I
think what
it's
Alex was
nice.
going for was a friendly nudge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't
He was
turn
trying to give me a
out to
boost.
be one though.
No, it was more violent, to be honest with you.
I don't really appreciate that. It was
I-
just a
I,
love touch.
Yeah, it was just a love touch. But I enjoyed tonight. That was fun.
Yeah, it was a good night.
Yeah, that was.
Just the cars and the tracks just don't go.
Just the
at
sideways.
all.
Well,
The tyres just get ruined.
Yeah, that was the talking point at one bit, was the fact that tyres just get absolutely murdered out there. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting season, I reckon. Are you up for the whole thing?
Yeah, 100%.
Easily. With that kind of fun.
Yeah.
Good
That,
stuff.
And the thing is,
that's-
everyone's
it's good,
laughing,
it's
so
good to
that's
have.
amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you come from the MX5s with the same guys and you come to this, like Billy said earlier, in the MX5s people just ripping at each other.
Yeah.
But it's nice just to have a bit of like a laugh.
Yeah. Well, that's
It's
it.
weird to see Adam McNally at the back, I tell you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have a word with him in a second, so I'll clear the way. Just quickly, though, we're at Lime Rock next week. Is that a track you reckon you'll be happy to go around in these things?
As long as
No.
Alex is not behind me or anywhere near me, then
I'm going to
yeah, I
make
think
sure
I'll
I'm
be
right behind him just to make it fun.
Oh, we've just seen Ben Gregory turn you into the pit wall, actually, Alex, and then you've clipped Palmer and then been hit by.
Yeah.
Wow, that was
Yeah.
unbelievable.
I take no responsibility with that.
This is why we call Alex. That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well,
Good.
best of luck for next time round, gents. I'm sure we'll speak.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Thank you
for
very much.
sorting this, Chaz.
No
Yeah, cheers
worries.
for that.
Much appreciated, boys. See you soon.
Cheers, mate. See you later.
See you later. Bye bye.
That's the two Northern Lights racing boys. And what we're going to do is, I said we'll bring him in. We'll have a quick word with him. It's Adam McNally. Adam, bit different to what you're used to this, but how did you find it? Okay, he's clearly not there. What we'll do is then, we will bring in, instead, a Mr. Jacobs
Oh,
and a Mr. Burke. boys, that was an interesting first meeting, wasn't it?
Dead good. Dead good.
Yeah, you have a lot of fun in that.
Oh, I did. I really enjoyed that. And I got a podium for once.
Yeah, I was just saying in the end of the stream that you'll be defending that for your life, trying to make sure that Ben didn't come through. But you had a good scrap with him, to be fair, didn't you? And with Jake Jake's rapid, isn't he, in these?
Yeah, but did you see the overtake?
We did.
That Jake did. That was, oh my god.
we did sort of have a bit of a heart in mouth moment. I was just saying you're going to be defending for your life, and then halfway through the sentence, it was just, well, okay, there goes Jake.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, bit of a nuts one. Steve, did you jump the start in the first one?
Yeah, I might have done that.
Yeah, I was gutted.
Yeah, I got a bit excited when the red lights came on. I just saw lights and just let the handbrake off. Oh.
And off she went, and 600 braking, something that weighs about as much as my left leg, is it's a bit hard to hold back in it sometimes.
Indeed.
How did you find it overall? Did you enjoy it?
Awesome, mate. Thank you very much for the organising.
No problem. It's been great to watch. We had a bit of issues with the stream halfway through second one, but seems all right now. Tom will understand it was encoder. I was using an X264, not NVENC, like a silly boy.
Okay.
So we're all right now. CPU's sitting at 5%. And we're getting 60
And
frames.
your CPU went, oh no!
Yes, it did. Very much so. But next week, boys, we're at Lime Rock.
Yeah, we are.
Oh god.
So mixed reactions then, but yeah, it should be a really good meeting, I reckon. I love that track, so it'll be good to see how these cars get on.
The question is, which version of Lime Rock as you turn right to go up the hill?
Oh,
is it just the hill?
It's just the normal one. The normal one. We
Not
tried,
the horrendous chicane at the top of the hill.
Well, trying to get one of these stopped over a chicane over a crest at 90 degrees is not going to go well for anybody. So we're going to do the normal layout and be kind to people.
Be like 1980s IMSA of a certain video that we know about.
Certainly would be. Well, we'll obviously catch you next time, boys. All the best until then, and thank you very much for racing tonight. I've really enjoyed watching you.
Yeah, you
cheers,
too.
mate. Thanks very much for organising. See you later.
No worries. Cheers.
Bye.
And one more quick interview because he's waiting so patiently. Ben Gregory, that was brilliant, wasn't it? Everyone's loving it.
Oh, it's so much fun.
It looked like it.
I've missed rally cars. It was a hell of a lot of fun. A lot of opposite lock in practice, though. That was a lot of.
Yeah, there was quite a lot of people drifting it around. Some good overtakes. A little incident with Morgan towards the end, though. I think I felt that he just drifted wide a little bit out of the corner. Do you reckon it was?
Yeah, I watched it back. What happened was just because of the way the curb is, getting on the power. If you just nudge that curb, it's going to push you wide, and he just went straight across my leg. Nothing he could do. Not really much I could do without VR. I couldn't really see he was coming across that way. So
yeah, well, it's one of them incidents that happens, isn't it? Well, I was just saying to the other boys as well, we're at Lime Rock next week. Do you reckon you'll do all right there?
I hope so. Tandem drifting around the first few corners would be quite interesting.
Yeah. Well, it's another circuit, isn't it, where you want to get on the power as soon as you can, but in these things, it's not that simple.
Oh no, it's four-wheel drive. It just understeers like a pig, to put it nicely. If you put it on too early, or if you put it on too late, it oversteers like a pig.
Yeah.
So it's finding the balance really at the moment.
Indeed. Well, we wish you all the best for next time round, mate. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before you go?
All the boys tonight. It's been absolutely great. It's been super awesome talking to people I haven't had a race against for a while, and also for you to putting this on, because it's a hell of a lot of fun.
Nice one, buddy. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate it. Well, we will hopefully speak to you at Lime Rock then.
Yeah, you will. Cheers.
Cheers. See you later. Oh, and I tell you what, because he's waited patiently, I said I was going to finish there. Morgan Butler. Morgan.
Yeah, right.
Mixed evening for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, a bit.
Seemed like fun though. Everyone has given it positive reviews for the actual how much fun it was so far. So do you agree?
It was brilliant. Brilliant fun. Yeah, definitely.
And what about? Well, obviously I've just mentioned it to Ben. The little incident with Ben at the end there.
I'm just going to leave no comment. Would probably be the smart answer for that, I think.
Well, I mean, the way I saw it was that with that curb, I mean, Ben said the same thing, that when you're on that curb out of that hairpin, sometimes it can just wash wide on exit, and it looked like that's all that happened, really. There wasn't much more room for Ben to give.
I'll just agree with that.
But
Yeah.
but you did all right though. To be fair, your pace was on it, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was alright. I was a bit surprised as to how quick I was, especially off the start in that second race. I wasn't expecting to, well, even get into the lead, never mind lead for like a solid few laps.
Yeah.
Then as soon as I saw that Dan was coming, I was like, I'm not going to put a fight up, I'll just let him go. He's going to be half a second quicker than me every
Yeah.
lap, so there's no point fighting him. I'll just let him go, and then I think after that, I think I just slowly started to drop back, and then, yeah.
Well, we saw. I mean, I don't know whether you saw it from where you were. I've just seen you going off at Paddock Hill now. It was just that little lock-up going in. But Dan's start in that second race, he was 6th on the grid, and by turn 1 he was 2nd. It was like Stephen Jelly.
Oh, it was phenomenal.
Unbelievable, wasn't it?
Just driving along, the next thinking, oh, I'll have the Excite car behind us. I'll just get the foot down, get away. Next thing I know, I look in the mirrors and there's the big boy Subaru behind us, and I'm wondering what to do next.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it goes better for you next time. We're at Lime Rock. What do you reckon to that?
I like Lime Rock. I mean, fun fact, I think it was the first track I ever won a race on iRacing, so hopefully I can repeat the same thing, have it my first league win would be good as well. Keep the tradition.
Definitely, and it'd help out CQR as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I thought hopefully maybe next week I'll be a bit quicker than some of the other three. But I mean, currently I'm the 4th quickest CQR driver in this series. So I'm not going to look at it as I'm the slowest one. I'm the 4th quickest. I'll keep it positive for a change.
Love it. Well, best of luck for next time round, mate. We'll obviously speak between
Spot on.
then, but we'll catch you next time round, mate.
Congratulations with the success of the series. It's been really brilliant.
Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. See you soon.
Spot on. See ya. Bye.
Morgan Butler there, CQR teammate of mine. And yeah, I mean, all I can say is I've really enjoyed this. I do apologise for the issues with the stream partway through. I'm glad to have been able to fix it though as quickly as I could. And thank you everyone for watching. It's been really, really good fun to bring this to you tonight. Well, can't wait to do it again next week really. Thanks to everybody for tuning in and those that have stuck around and watched it all. And I'm sure that this series is just going to get better and better because these guys seem to enjoy it. So it's all about keeping an audience, and hopefully I'll keep you lot next week as well. So until then, thank you very much for watching, and good night.